If you watched my recent video, King Von, Rap's First Serial Killer, then you'll already know about the dark past of Chicago rapper King Von. But in case you didn't, let me get you up to speed. King Von is a rapper hailing from Chicago, more specifically, the Parkway Gardens housing projects, better known as O Block. This housing development is famous for its association with the pioneer of Chicago drill music, Chief Keef, the teenage rap phenomenon who brought Chicago drill music to the mainstream of rap. With his raps all about the violent gang wars playing out in Chicago, giving many all over the world their first look at gang life in America's most dangerous city. But back in 2012, when Chief Keef was making music all about the gang wars in his city, King Von was really living those lyrics. Von was a prominent member of the Black Disciples street gang, specifically the set hailing from O Block, who were engaged in a bitter war with their rivals, a group of gangster disciples from 63rd. In my previous video about King Von, I reviewed King Von's rumoured involvement in as many as 7 gang-related murders between 2012 and 2014, and I made the argument that he is in fact a serial killer by FBI's own definition of the term, due to the fact that he appeared to claim responsibility for more than 3 murders with more than a month's time span between them. But it wasn't just that I believe made Von a serial killer, it's the fact that even after beating a murder charge in 2017, he would be released from jail, at which point he would partner with his childhood friend and prominent Chicago drill rapper Lil Durk, launching his very own rap career, not only using his music to boast about and drop clues concerning the at least 7 murders he was associated with, but he would allegedly use the money he made rapping about these murders to continue to have people killed, with Von taking a great deal of personal gratification from being known all over the world for getting away with this series of gruesome murders. And with his jaw-dropping raps all about specific murders that he had been associated with over the years, rap and true crime fans all over the world flocked to Von's music, with intense debate taking place over whether or not he truly was the multiple murderer he claimed to be in his songs. Over the course of 2019 and 2020, King Von would release a string of well-received songs that made him an infamous figure in the rap world, most notably his Crazy Story series of songs where he used lyrics to tell a vivid story of life in the streets, all about his attempts to rob people, getting in shootouts, and using women to set up his ops to get killed. One of Von's biggest career moments came in 2020, when he released his song Took Her to the O. This storytelling song painted a picture of Von using a woman to set up and kill real-life rival rapper of his, FBG Duck. The music video would even depict Von shooting FBG Duck and leaving him dead on the ground. Then, in an eerie turn of events, the real-life FBG Duck would be shot dead in the middle of a busy Chicago street by a gang of masked men only months after this video was released. Took Her to the O would become one of King Von's biggest hits, sitting in a catalogue of other big songs and features with millions of views and streams. By mid-2020, King Von was a multi-millionaire rapper with a bright future and one of the biggest buzzes in the rap game. But behind the scenes, there was seemingly tension brewing between him and YoungBoy, who at the time, in mid-2020, was the undisputed king of street rap, having dropped a string of chart-topping projects. Now, it's unclear exactly where the beef between Von and YoungBoy's crew started, but it likely all had something to do with Von's friend and mentor, Chicago rapper Lil Durk. Lil Durk and YoungBoy actually collaborated on a November 2017 track called My Side, and it's believed that Lil Durk had even tried to sign YoungBoy back in 2017, with this being revealed on the intro to YoungBoy's song GG on AI YoungBoy, where he raps, "Tell OTF I do not sign, NBA, that be my gang." As we now know, YoungBoy went on to sign a lucrative multi-million-dollar deal with Atlantic. Ultimately, signing to Lil Durk, let's face it, in 2017 would not have been a great career move. At that point, while he was a respected artist in the streets of Chicago, Lil Durk's biggest career achievement was his 2015 Remember My Name album, which peaked at 14 on the Billboard Albums chart. Lil Durk had never had a song on the charts at this point, and by the end of 2017, YoungBoy had surpassed Durk's chart record with 3 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 and 3 projects on Billboard's 200 albums charts. In many ways, YoungBoy dodged a bullet by not signing with Durk and quickly surpassed him in every way. Lil Durk's career was essentially floundering until King Von came out of jail and re-energized him. Durk's only song on Billboard before 2020 was an appearance on a 2018 Lil Baby and Gunna track off White V-Lone. But by the end of 2019, Lil Durk had had 7 projects land on the Billboard 200 albums charts. But in the time since turning Durk's offer down, YoungBoy had amassed 17 songs charting on the Billboard Hot 100 and 13 projects charting on Billboard's 200 albums chart. While YoungBoy had seemingly turned down the chance to align himself with Durk and his OTF collective, he had built up a legacy in his own right, and at this point, there was seemingly no beef with them. In 2018, Lil Durk would be seen popping up in an IG Live with YoungBoy where things seemed cool between them. Also in 2018, Lil Durk would continue his hunt for other up-and-coming street rappers to align himself with and potentially sign to his label. Another up-and-comer that Lil Durk discovered early was Savannah street superstar Quando Rondo, who after blowing up with his track I Remember, featuring Atlanta legend and close friend of Lil Durk's, Lil Baby, would go on to collaborate with Durk on the song Other Side, which appeared on Quando's first commercial mixtape, Life Before Fame. In fact, Quando and his team were clearly big fans of Durk, with Quando's cousin and close friend Lil Pab tweeting his love of Lil Durk's song This Ain't What You Want way back in 2013, saying that this song is better than everything. After the success of his first major single and mixtape, the rap industry was buzzing around Quando Rondo, and there would be intense competition between labels trying to sign him. But he would eventually catch the attention of fellow singing gangster rapper YoungBoy, who commented on his video asking Quando for his number.
And he commented under the video and wanted my number and stuff.
YoungBoy and Quando would connect and hit it off behind the scenes, and in June 2018, Quando would officially sign to YoungBoy's label, Never Broke Again, announcing it to Instagram with a post, attracting congratulatory replies from NBA heavy hitters. And days later, Quando would be seen on stage with YoungBoy and the NBA crew, where he received his NBA chain from OG3 and throws up Rollin' 60 Crip gang signs for the crowd.
Never broke again, too.
Oh! Yeah. Stop playing like game now. On the count of three, everybody say NBA never broke again. 1, 2, 3.
NBA never broke again!
Neighborhood, I appreciate that, bro.
He say neighborhood.
Bet.
Put that on right quick, you know neighborhood. Hey, say 3.
What up?
Make sure you bang on him before you walk off the stage. You hear me?
I'm finna bang on him.
You mind if I wild out right quick though? Bang on it one more time for.
Hold on, I gotta get this on camera. Everybody gotta scream neighborhood one time. Yo, what? On the count of 3, everybody scream neighborhood. 1, 2, 3.
Eventually, Quando ends up appearing on 3 of 4 tracks on YoungBoy's 4-track 4 Loyalty EP. However, once again, despite how things played out, it didn't seem from the outset that there was any kind of tension between Durk, YoungBoy, and Quando. Durk would even name Quando as one of the artists he was spending a lot of time in the studio with in a 2018 XXL interview. Funnily enough, Quando also shouted out Lil Durk in 2 tracks on his 2019 mixtape From the Neighborhood to the Stage, rapping in Dope Boy Dreams that he signed to the streets 3 times, he feels like Durk, referencing Lil Durk's Signed to the Streets mixtape series, and rapping on the song My Section that Durk had told him to treat the rap game like the drug game, perhaps an indication that Durk had been giving Quando advice on how to navigate the industry before he signed to NBA. At the end of March 2019, Quando would actually be seen backstage with Lil Durk's newest artist, King Von, wearing a matching outfit and hyping King Von up by dissing his ops from 63rd in Chicago.
I'm saying though, 63rd, dirty. I'm talking about, hey, listen, though, man, 64, man, y'all 60 over there smoking crack.
In August 2019, Lil Durk puts out a list of his 50 greatest rappers, and both YoungBoy and Quando Rondo are on that list. Durk would caption that image, saying that these rappers are people that changed the culture. And I would argue in many ways that Lil Durk was clearly inspired by Quando and YoungBoy's style of gangster pain music. And arguably, Durk's career revival in 2019 and 2020 was helped massively by the popularity of the type of auto-tuned gangster rap singing that YoungBoy was most known for. Durk and Quando would seemingly remain friends into the start of 2020, with Durk even appearing on Quando's song Safest, even shouting him out as one of his favourite rappers. However, it would seem that somewhere in 2020, things would change, and that would all have something to do with King Von. Despite playing nice backstage with Quando in March 2019, a month before, King Von appeared to diss YoungBoy in front of a fan on IG Live.
You for YoungBoy? Why? I'm just damn. Man, hang up, man. Well, you feel like you cheating? Go ahead, say you I'm gonna hang up with your ass.
No, I raised him.
I just left.
Yeah,
He cool,
I
right?
don't know, so I can't speak on
He ain't all that, you know.
What you trying to say? Like,
I'm just trying to see what you feel about the nigga. He cool.
he's straight. He's straight. He ain't better than you. He ain't better than you.
Yeah, for sure. Cause he don't be doing I ain't gonna do it, 'cause he hate.
Von would continue to disrespect YoungBoy publicly following this, a month later, in March, taking to social media to say that YoungBoy's music is full of lies, and that he's not a real gangster like he says he is in his music.
YoungBoy talking about on this song, bro.
What?
He talking crazy on this man.
Oh, yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On this cap. You got cap in your raps.
Bro, street boss, don't hit the white lady.
You got cap in your raps.
Now, this is interesting because it says to me that perhaps Von's problem with YoungBoy is that he felt he wasn't worthy of his reputation. We've already discussed YoungBoy's numerous lyrics over the years where he appears to infer that he's killed over 7 people. However, this supposed body count has been heavily doubted and debated, with it really being believed that when YoungBoy says he has bodies, he's really referring to the many people around him who have lost their lives over the years. Or at a push, that YoungBoy is perhaps responsible for these killings through either paying assassins to kill for him, or simply the fact that these people end up getting killed when they try and beef with him. The idea that YoungBoy has 7 or more bodies is ambiguous and shrouded in mystery and misdirection. However, when it comes to King Von, the situation is the complete opposite. King Von has rapped repeatedly that he has 7 bodies, and in my video, King Von Raps First Serial Killer, you can quite easily line up King Von's lyrics and tweets with real reported murders in Chicago, along with his own arrest records to make a very compelling case that Von did indeed personally murder at least 7 people. Von was a killer, and he wanted everyone in the rap industry to know it. And perhaps he was upset at the idea that a man much younger and richer and more successful than him could reach the very top of the gangster rap game without demonstrating that he is truly capable of committing murder firsthand, with Von seemingly deciding that the fastest way to the top of the rap game would be to punk YoungBoy and expose him as a fake killer, proving to the rap game and the world at large that Von had personally committed the murders like he rapped about, unlike YoungBoy, and therefore Von felt he was more worthy of the top spot than YoungBoy. But initially this beef was just petty sneak disses being sent from Von. When YoungBoy was released from jail in August 2019 after he got caught up in the Trump Hotel shooting that violated his probation, Von would welcome him home with a snarky tweet that ended calling him ugly. And over the course of the next year, Von would even be seen copying YoungBoy's mannerisms and beginning to quote him during his Instagram lives.
Boys, my grandma raised me. You hear me? You know I ain't. What up?
My grandma raised me. You know I ain't no.
Whether there was any real beef between OTF and NBA at the time is unclear, but the two crews were clearly competitive. In October 2019, when DJ Academics would claim that YoungBoy was the realest street rapper to appear since the original Chicago drill scene, Dirk would comment on the post, proposing that King Von was even realer than YoungBoy. Some months later, in February 2020, Von seemed to indicate on Twitter that he and YoungBoy had a song together, telling YoungBoy that he should drop it and stop holding the song so close to his chest. At some point following this, Von would even be seen on an IG Live, suggesting that he likes YoungBoy and that YoungBoy probably has too much going on with his case to reply to him.
I fuck with NBA YoungBoy too. They just got a lot of shit going on. You just can't be fucking nobody when they got all this shit going on. You trying to get rich, they trying to, I don't know what they got going on.
It's unclear exactly where this beef between Von and YoungBoy and Quando really started, but two people would seemingly play a major role in the feud escalating. YoungBoy's ex-girlfriend and the mother to his 4th child, Jania, and King Von's ex-girlfriend, female rapper Asian Doll. The relationship between Von and Asian would be revealed to the world in an interview with Lil Durk in early 2019.
King Von, I'm saying he in a relationship too.
Shout out Asian Dad.
Okay.
Yeah, he go ahead, yeah.
You heard it here, man. Who's you? He looking at you like, come on, man.
So
Von appeared to fall deeply in love with Asian Doll. Combine this with his reputation as a prolific killer in the Chicago gang war, and you have a recipe for disaster. Von would tweet saying that he would be willing to beat anyone up who messed with Asian Doll, and he apparently beat a man senseless for calling her a bitch in the studio.
Asian the reason my hair like this. Somebody called my girlfriend a bitch yesterday. And you ain't go smack one of them out his. Tell him what happened to my hand, bro.
Folks overbeat his.
Call my girlfriend a.
Woke her back up. I was looking for a try. They didn't walk by. He already left. Where you go?
That was quick. Everybody did that. I'm doing like y'all finna overdo it. I'm not
It's already, he already did, man. Hold up, already told him. He got blood everywhere, man. He's finna get blood on.
Asian would appreciate Von's protection, calling him her bodyguard on Twitter, with Von himself saying that he wishes she wasn't a rapper so that he could keep her at home and protect her, saying that he doesn't trust her around other rappers.
But isn't it nice to have somebody in the same industry as you?
No, that ain't. I'd rather have. I wish you. I can't say I wish you wasn't a rapper, nothing like that. But it'd be better if I knew that she's at the house instead of going around all these people that ain't around and. Damn, what's going on? Now I'm just thinking, damn, what you doing? Why she answering the phone?
And that's how she be feeling.
She feel the same way.
I just said that.
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I wish my was at the damn house.
Yeah.
Also,
You
it's
feel
been
what I'm saying?
times where you didn't like her and she had to work with her.
I'm not gonna say nothing because you gotta be.
Feel like y'all
You gotta be for sure with yourself, man. I know I'm that. So
Von was clearly very possessive about Asian Doll, even tweeting that he would kill somebody for messing with her. However, things would eventually get complicated between Von and Asian, and during the summer of 2020, their relationship appeared to go through an on and off stage, where Von would sometimes indicate on social media that the couple had broken up, while at other times they seemed to be back together. Von was apparently a single man again, and after his high-profile relationship with fellow industry rapper and social media star Asian Doll, he would be looking to get into a new entanglement that might grab some headlines. But his next move would be incredibly bold, and seemingly out of nowhere, Von would make a declaration of war against YoungBoy. In mid-August, Von would post a cryptic tweet saying that he had just made a hit song with a female that people won't believe, and that it was going to be crazy. That very same day, images would surface online showing Von spending private time with none other than Jania, the mother of YoungBoy's fourth child. And later, speculation would begin to swirl off the back of tweets made by Von and his sister Kayla that Von and Jania might have even created a sex tape during their time together. And these rumors would later be strengthened by leaked DMs from an alleged inside source who claimed that Von and Jania had indeed slept together, not recorded music. Rumors that Von would later seemingly confirm in the song Rose Gold with PNB Rock, where he seems to suggest that somebody's baby mother was bad in bed. However, Jania would deny the rumors, saying that they had in fact just made music together so that she can make money for her son.
We walked to the table to play the little game after my studio session and I went home. That's it. Y'all trying to make stories out of nothing. I don't that man. Like I said, I don't with no. I've been working. We have a song coming out. Y'all wasn't supposed to know, but it is what it is now. We have a song coming out. So when the song come out, y'all go with it. Just know it's hard as you feel me. I'm just trying to get my money to take care of my son. Period.
Her claims would also be supported by leaked DMs, this time from Von, who alleged that he was just trying to make Asian Doll mad and jealous. However, Asian Doll would then challenge Jania's claims, claiming that she had actually seen romantic DMs between Von and Jania.
Now, I've seen it in them DMs. I've been seeing. None of this not a surprise. So all that song.
Whatever the truth may be, this certainly wasn't the first time that Jania had been rumoured to have had relations with YoungBoy's enemies, as she had previously been connected to both Fredo Bang and Jay the Young'un. Furthermore, leaked DMs from YoungBoy's future wife Jaslyn would seem to suggest that YoungBoy was still hooking up with Jania while she was running around with Von. Nevertheless, despite YoungBoy's relationship with Jania officially being over at this point, he took this rumoured hookup between Von and Jania as a very personal attack from Von. And the following day, YoungBoy would respond, posting a picture of him and his son holding stacks of cash, along with a caption saying that since Von likes to troll so much, he's going to make sure that when his son grows up, he smashes Von's daughter. Now, around the same time, for reasons that are still largely unknown, Von's childhood friend and fellow Chirac savage Lil Reese decided to join the beef by tweeting his intentions to beat up YoungBoy's artist Quando Rondo, to which Quando would reply saying that Reese won't do anything.
Man, ain't gonna do nothing to me. No academics. Man, you don't deserve to live no more bit, bro. I hope you on God.
At this point, seemingly out of nowhere, suddenly YoungBoy and Quando were beefing with Lil Durk, King Von, and Lil Reese, three of the most famous and respected rappers ever to come out of Chicago. War had now been declared and things were about to escalate. That same day, YoungBoy would also go live while playing an unreleased song. This song would later turn out to be the murder anthem Dead Trolls, with YoungBoy addressing Von, saying that he wants to see him and saying that he shouldn't come fishing around his lake, which kind of suggests that Von used the pictures with Jania to bait YoungBoy into beefing him. In the next lyric, YoungBoy makes the wild claim to have 7 bodies in his hometown, just like Von was rumoured to have 7 bodies in Chicago, before then going on to threaten to shoot somebody from out of town as soon as they land, and seemingly dissing Jania for messing with his ops for money. YoungBoy would also rap that his ops are mad that they can't get a feature from him. perhaps a hint to a potentially uncleared collaboration between the two artists being held back by YoungBoy, as one of Von's earlier tweets seemed to suggest. And in the song's outro, YoungBoy makes an interesting reference to the Chicago basketball legend D. Rose, who had a phenomenal start to his career in his hometown team Chicago Bulls, but later went through difficult times in other cities and teams due to injuries. A possible reference to the fact that Lil Durk and Von had moved out of Chicago to Atlanta at this point in their careers, as well as the fact that they famously were friends with another gang member from Chicago who went by the nickname D. Rose. Now, fans' reaction to this song was mixed, with some arguing that it was dedicated to the numerous other enemies that YoungBoy had made in the rap game and the streets over the years, while others would argue that the entire song was all about King Von. Some would even later claim that the song had actually predicted King Von's death, as YoungBoy raps about planning on killing someone in Atlanta while also claiming that he will do it after their show where their next one is at. And while that certainly seems far-fetched and more like a creepy coincidence, what isn't a coincidence is the fact that YoungBoy decided to drop this snippet right after Von had been seen photographed with the mother of his child. A day later, Von tweets claiming not to have a girlfriend and to be focusing on his career. But it seems that Von had paid attention to YoungBoy, because just a few days after the snippet of Dead Trolls hit the internet, Von would drop a snippet of his own, a track titled Too Real, a song where he raps that he will expose someone and that he's going to kill someone because of a rap beef. About a month later in September, Von would address the beef with YoungBoy during an IG live, saying that he doesn't want beef over insignificant things and with people from other states, but if he gets the feeling that someone doesn't like him, he really doesn't even need a reason to escalate things.
But everybody, I ain't into it, nobody, you hear me? Towards the people I've been having in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be in tour with nobody from all in another town. No reason, like you gotta be in tour with somebody for a reason. Just know we in tour, gang, okay? You see what I'm saying? I'm the type, I don't gotta know why we in tour or nothing. You only gotta tell me why you don't like me. Don't even tell me why you don't like me. I don't even care. Just let me know you don't like me. You see what I'm saying? Let me know how you don't like me. If that's what it is. Let me know. I'm like, alright, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. But I'm so gangster that I don't need a reason. It don't gotta be no reason. We can be into it. Like, I don't care. It don't gotta be a reason, for real. I'm into it, people. It don't gotta be no reason. I don't know why. I don't care why. But it can be that, you see what I'm saying? But I like to know why we into it. I like to, I need to, because I ain't no goofy. I'm like, what the And then I play hard. I ain't trying to lose. I can't lose to nobody. Lose to who? Who, Lloyd? Who I'ma lose to? Tell him, you've been knowing me, Lloyd. Don't I go hard at everything I do? Tell him, you came from, how you get a chain in your neck, Lloyd?
Later in September, after having recently reiterated that he wasn't looking for relationships but was open for something more casual, Von and his sister Kayla were spotted at a club with Jania again, and with Kayla even posting their night on social media, calling Jania her sis. This would prompt Asian Doll to respond to the situation between her and Von during an IG live in October, where she would deny that Von had embarrassed her by messing with Jania and saying that if Von is single, his actions have nothing to do with her.
Nobody embarrassed me, gang. Y'all need to get off my like, nobody embarrassed me. Nobody. It's nothing nobody did to embarrass me. I was not embarrassed. Y'all mad about a tweet. Like, y'all, like, dude don't even know you clowns. The y'all hoes get left for me. Smack one of you bitches for me. You crazy, bitch. I don't get no. I'm a real bitch at the end of the day. Like I said, you would never see me sweat. You would never see me go outside behind nobody. I don't give who you is, friend, anybody. Mind your business. When I'm single, like, they don't have nothing to do with me. I'm not stressing that. I'm not tweeting nothing. They don't have to do with me, gang. Nothing. When somebody's single, so what? What they do? I don't give a fuck. That's what y'all problem.
However, not much long after, Von would go live with Asian, and the two appeared to be on friendly terms. This was a confusing situation, but perhaps in the words of the great Juicy J, these hoes were for everybody. And in October, King Von would release a song speaking on the situation in the same sentiment. Von would begin to promote his new song called Mine Too, where Von essentially raps, "I ain't finna beef about girls with someone, because their girl is mine too." Clearly he's talking about Jania here, and he appeared to throw direct shots at YoungBoy on the song too, rapping about having beef in NOLA, or Louisiana, where YoungBoy is from, and saying that somebody acts gangster on the mic, but now Von wants to see if he is really gangster in real life. Ironically though, a day after this song came out, Von would also tweet that once someone has slept with his girl, he doesn't want her anymore, because as it turned out, YoungBoy may have given Von a taste of his own medicine by hooking up with Asian Doll around this time. In October 2020, after the rumoured breakup with Von, Asian Doll tweets saying that she only dates killers with 3 bodies or more. Now, considering the fact that YoungBoy had just released his King Von diss song, Dead Trolls, where he rapped that he was responsible for 7 murders in his hometown, YoungBoy would seemingly meet the 3 murder requirement to date Asian Doll. And leaked DMs from YoungBoy's camp would later seemingly suggest that Asian and YoungBoy had indeed hooked up, and Asian Doll would even seem to admit the affair in her song No Exposing. YoungBoy's producer would further feed the rumour mill by posting screenshots of messages that YoungBoy had allegedly sent him from Asian Doll's Instagram account. Things were getting petty, and now YoungBoy was proving that the sentiment behind King Von's song Mine Too was true both ways. But things would only get more and more personal as the days went on. On November the 4th, 2020, only days before King Von would end up losing his life, YoungBoy posted a snippet of a new song that he apparently made with Asian Doll, a song with the ominous working title, Meet the Reaper. Von would quickly respond by tweeting that the song is trash, and he would continue with an all-day tweet storm, during which he would once again allude and joke about a sex tape existing between him and Jania, and claiming that he is actually happy for Asian Doll, but that the song is still trash, before rehashing a lyric from his song Mine Too, once again indicating that Asian is still his girl too. This all went down on November the 4th, 2020, about a day before he would lose his life. Von was incredibly active on Twitter this day, and he would continue throwing shots at YoungBoy, tweeting that rappers are and that he's not one of them, and he would warn people to approach him with caution, and saying that his ops are acting gangster, but that's not what they're really like, whilst also trying to convince his audience, and perhaps himself, that his feelings weren't hurt and he was simply providing entertainment, with Von eventually saying in another deleted tweet that he's going to lead by example because he's older than YoungBoy, and saying that he's quitting the beef because many wars have started over a woman and that he's not beefing YoungBoy. He said that they're sharing the same women and these women don't even matter and aren't all that. And then, in the very last recorded interview before his death, King Von told DJ Academics that there was no real beef between him and YoungBoy, saying that they just had the same girl and claiming that things were just being exaggerated by people on the internet.
People told me you and YoungBoy was beefing or something like that. You said something about what happened, Von? What's going on with you, man?
They be saying that a lot. It's like we got the same interests, and then you know how the internet will try to make it.
Don't tell me I got problems over girls.
No, it's the internet, gang. It's the you know, they'll try to make it like that because it's the internet. You see what I'm saying? And then you know how females will try to make it like that because they females, and they'll try to make it like one more hard and try to. It be just all type, but it ain't nothing too serious, nothing you should worry about.
Unfortunately for Von, things would be very serious indeed, and the very night after that interview, Von himself would escalate things out of his own control and ultimately wound up getting more than he bargained for. Just after midnight on the 5th of November 2020, Von tweets his location for the evening, a show at Atlanta club Opium. Von would go live on Instagram on the way to the club in good spirits, rapping along to his own music. He would go live pre-show with the name of the club pinned, and he would be seen on Instagram posted up smoking hookah with his entourage of O-Block natives. He went on to play that concert at Opium, where he would be seen jamming out on stage at the club. Just after 1 AM, Von retweeted a Young and Ace lyric with a caption saying his crew are going to catch someone and he sees them as food. While Von is performing at Opium, Quando Rondo and his entourage are fresh off recording a new music video for a song called The Drop, being seen after that shoot on social media, showing off an array of high-powered weapons that they're holding. After finishing his show, Von would be seen leaving Opium in an SUV, and interestingly, the truck can be heard playing the YoungBoy song My Window as it drove away.
See a lot of cars behind him. Stop playing!
For some reason, Von would confuse his team by choosing not to go back to his Airbnb as his security crew originally thought, instead taking a last-minute and unexplained detour to the Monaco Hookah Lounge, where Quando Rondo was hanging out with his crew, with Von's manager 100K Track telling DJ Vlad that his team were blindsided by the change in plan.
He went over there to the after party, and then his driver and his homeboy let us know that we was redirected. We're thinking we're gonna go to the Airbnb or the hotel.
At around 3 AM that night, Von would find himself outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge, where according to 100K Track, the team would wait for almost 40 minutes in their cars, confused as to why they were there. Von himself seems to have spent that time on Twitter, where he would post his last tweet, ominously mentioning how he murders any beat he gets on. Then, only minutes after this tweet, Von would exit his car and walk across the parking lot, where he would run into Quando Rondo and immediately begun attacking him with heavy punches and no warning, sparking chaos in the large crowd around them. Unfortunately, what Von didn't know was that Quando Rondo's good friend Lil Tim was seemingly ready for the action, and he would quickly quickly approached the two with his gun ready, letting off shots and hitting Von a total of 5 times. From there, things would quickly escalate. Von's friends from O Block, Slutty, BJ, and Louie immediately got their guns out and began to return fire to Lil Tim, leaving Tim wounded but alive on the ground, as Slutty's gun appears to jam right when he's standing over Lil Tim about to execute him. While chaos is ensuing all around them, Von is seemingly wrestling with Quando on the ground, perhaps instinctively grabbing onto him whilst holding onto his life until King Von's friend Moo Wop approaches the two and separating them by striking Quando once with a large punch. Meanwhile, Von's other friends Slutty, BJ, and Louie attempt to flee the scene after taking part in the shootout and almost killing Lil Tim, without realizing that they were running directly towards police officers who open fire, believing that their lives are in danger too. This killed Slutty and left Louie in critical condition with a headshot wound, and BJ was shot in the leg. BJ would actually later comment on the events of that night on social media, questioning if others would have had the courage to shoot someone with police all around them, and saying that the police should have shot him in the head as well. But while the cops are having a shootout with other O Block members, Moo Wop and other O Block associates would drag King Von's limp body to a waiting car, rushing him to hospital. But what's even more crazy is that Quando would also take a wounded Lil Tim to the very same hospital that King Von and his team were at, with Quando going live showing him trying to help Tim into the hospital and get assistance from the staff.
Come on, he's shot. Come on, bit bro, you got thug. Come on, cuz, just keep breathing, bit bro. Just keep breathing, cuz.
Hold on, you can't move on that fast.
You got it, bro. my fault.
Yeah.
Man, he's shot, what you mean wrong side? Come on, man, please, come on, all right.
Okay.
Get him a wheelchair. Man, what you mean I gotta stay right here? Man, we need to get him. Man, we need to get him back there ASAP.
I'm calling.
I put man.
In front of the exit. Sit down so he won't fall out, okay?
Ma'am, how? He done been shot before.
Okay, sir.
Man, we need a wheelchair.
I just called. I can't do more than what I can do.
How we get there, man? We need help. Hold on, man, get him a wheelchair, man. What we doing? What y'all doing, cuz? Man, what you mean? Man, we can't take him around there. That man gonna die.
Close friend of Von and Dirk, THF Bezu, later posted saying that they saw Quando at the hospital and that they would have killed him there had he not started recording. Unfortunately, after arriving at the hospital, King Von was already in critical condition, and despite medical staff doing everything they could to try and save him, Von would ultimately be pronounced dead at 4:44 in the morning, with the media all around the world waking up to the news and reporting on his death.
According to GBI, rapper King Von and his group were at Opium nightclub before making their way here to Monaco Hookah Lounge, then to the parking lot where chaos ensued. Believe it or not, this all playing out right in front of 2 Atlanta police officers.
One of them was actually inside his patrol car or next to his patrol car with his blue lights on.
APD responding, attempting to stop the shooting, but it was too late.
It hit like the one officer that did respond. He tried to protect himself and stop what was going on.
The investigation on this shootout will continue. No officers were injured during this incident. According to GBI, this is the 82nd officer-involved shooting that they've been requested to investigate in 2020.
Lil Durk would seemingly find out about the shooting whilst being on IG Live and listening to his own revenge anthem Back in Blood, with the live ending abruptly when he realised that all of the comments were full of people asking about Von's shooting. After the news of Von's passing would be properly confirmed, Durk would post a tribute image of Von to his own Instagram, saying that he had lost his twin. Meanwhile, Asian Doll, who despite perhaps not being on the best of terms with Von at the time of his death, reacted to the news on Twitter, claiming that she wishes that she was dead. However, over in Baton Rouge, YoungBoy's brother Big B appeared to be in good spirits, as he would mock Von in an IG story, saying that it was funny that Von was the one who started the beef, dissing NBA YoungBoy. Now he's the one dead.
The joke's on you, you diss, now you getting repped down. Yeah.
Meanwhile, one of YoungBoy's biggest ops, Lit Yoshi, who was still on probation in Florida at this point, would pay tributes to Von in a vlog.
Long live King Von, man. More block boys.
Right. Von's friends and associates would naturally have a strong response to his death, seemingly taking it as a full declaration of war between them and the NBA camp. 600 Breezy claimed to be headed from Chicago to YoungBoy's hood at 150 miles an hour with the Steppers. BJ, who was still probably being treated for his leg shot wound, would also respond saying that their ops are now cursed and that they don't stand a chance against O Block. Meanwhile, YoungBoy affiliate Michi downplayed these declarations of war, saying that real gangsters only slide in silence.
Right there, all ain't doing no hell, scary.
Doing all that cap and get on that, all that, man, real speak. Hey, if you go do something, man, do something. You don't come to the city and annihilate you in the city, man. You was supposed to slab out that, man.
In a bittersweet turn of events, just a few days after Von's passing, his album Welcome to O-Block would become his highest charting project ever, debuting posthumously at the unlucky number 13 on Billboard, ironically one position above YoungBoy's top album, which at that point had already spent 8 weeks on the charts after going number 1 on debut. What should have been a major career victory for Von was now unfortunately the final chapter in his short but impactful career as a gangster rapper. However, sadly for YoungBoy, this wouldn't be the end of the beef. In fact, it was only the beginning. Because despite Von being the one who provoked both YoungBoy first by taking intimate pictures with the mother of his child, and Quando by punching him for no reason outside the Monaco club, the unintended result was Von being shot dead in front of his entire crew. And unfortunately for YoungBoy, Von wasn't just any rapper. Von was, in his own words, the most dangerous killer to ever emerge from O-Block. And Von was backed up by an army of friends, gang members, and killers who seemingly wanted nothing more than to slide for Von and get revenge. And they would be targeting Quando Rondo and YoungBoy as well as all of their friends. But the biggest threat would come in the form of Von's closest friend and mentor, Lil Durk, who just so happened to be the biggest rapper coming out of Chicago in a decade, with seemingly the power of the music industry, millions of dollars, and all of Chicago's Black Disciple gang members behind him. If you found that clip interesting, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to watch the full-length version of this video, check out the documentary on my main channel, Trap Law Ross. And if you want the uncut version of that documentary with 30 minutes of footage I cannot show you on YouTube, then head on over to patreon.com/traplawross, where you can watch all of my best videos completely uncut for just $2. And if you want to keep in touch and get updates on the next documentaries that I'm going to be dropping, make sure you follow me on Instagram at traplawross. Appreciate it. Peace.